Turn now to a headline that we're seeing from our animal welfare side of things here in Charlotte. And of course, I know we talked about animals a whole lot during Clear the Shelters, and sounds like we got some great adoptions. But here we are now getting into September, and we are still talking about some full kennels. So we've got Melissa Nicely joining us from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Animal Care and Control, because y'all got so many kittens going on. And yeah, kitten season, it's blowing up, right?
It really is. It's kind of a late kitten season.
Yeah.
It came later. Usually we start seeing kittens around March and that sort of thing, early in March. And this year we really saw it really not ramp up until May and then into June.
Yeah.
When we started really seeing the kittens, and now it's gone poof.
Yeah.
And we've got kittens everywhere.
I know, and they're absolutely adorable, but it's just not a great situation for y'all to have too many kittens, and I know they don't always do too well when they have to be in the shelter environment.
Exactly. Right now, if you're really thinking about adding a pet, I really encourage you to come, because, oh my goodness, I was in getting video and pictures today, and they're so cute.
Yeah, we're showing some of them.
Just can't even stand how cute they are. And there's just so many. So any color that you're looking for, any personality, there's some that were a little shyer. There are some that were outgoing. And the best thing was we took about 4 into one of our big interaction rooms, and we just put them down and we let them go, and they were hilarious.
Aww.
And so if you are thinking about adding kittens, what did I say? I said something to somebody, and I'm like, yes, it's kittens galore. Maybe adopt one or more, because I feel like
that
had a little
rhymed.
bit Dr.
Yeah,
Seuss here,
it's catchy.
but it's really true. 2 kittens really do really well together, and they can grow up together, and they have a playmate, so they're not driving you crazy in the middle of the night.
But yeah, you were telling us, you sent us some numbers earlier, 139 cats and kittens in your system right now. And it's to the point where y'all are actually doing some waived adoption fees for them? Yeah,
we talked about it this morning, because the cage is in the back. So it's not where the public is, but the ones back where our lost cats and kittens are, they are completely full.
Oh.
And we talked about it, and we're like, we really need to slash prices. And we need to just do some fee waived adoptions for a couple of days, so maybe hopefully incentivize some people to come.
Yeah.
What I like about it is, if you don't have to pay the adoption fee, then you can take that money and run over to your closest pet supermarket and get your litter box, your litter, your cat food, a cat carry, all the supplies. So we waive the fees. You can use them to do that, and come in and adopt a couple of kittens, and you've got everything you need.
Yeah. You do say there's a $10 fee for adult cats, though.
It is. So if you live in Mecklenburg County, there's going to be a $10 pet license fee, and that does just apply to the adult cats.
Yeah. We also talk a lot about fostering. Obviously, I'm more on the dog side, in the sense of I have more experience fostering dogs, but I understand y'all do a foster program for kittens.
We
and
do.
cats.
Absolutely. So one of the things I like to say is that if it's not time for you to adopt, but you can open your home and your heart to one of these cute little kittens, there are a lot that are actually we were just looking at the ones that are a little older and they're ready for adoption, but we've got a lot of little ones in that aren't quite old enough or way enough yet to be adopted.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that we're looking for foster homes for. Okay. So we'd love to have you come and foster with us. And the other thing that you can do is you can donate. So if you really can't donate, or you really can't adopt, you really can't foster, we need lots of supplies for these little kittens.
Yeah. It kind of tugs at the heartstrings when I'm watching these videos too, and I'm seeing a lot of the kitties pressing up against the kennel door.
I know.
Like they're trying to get to you.
And they reach out.
Because they want you to touch them and pet them. Oh.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them, you go in there and they're all just kind of begging for your attention, and it's really hard. I mean, it's not, I can't unfortunately have cats or kittens because my dogs, and then my other half is allergic, so we can't. But man, I used to have kittens and cats growing up, and so I miss them. And when I go to take videos, and I just love the fact that I can get them out and love on them, and they are just so cute.
Yeah. And I know this is actually the first time you and I have chatted here in the Live Impact News studio since Clear the Shelters, but that sounds like that was a pretty successful day, and not just for you, but for other shelters, and in the weeks really of that, the whole 4 weeks of Clear the Shelters.
Absolutely. We just sent some final numbers in today for that, actually, and we did really well. It wasn't just about the day. We did really well the day of, but we did well leading up to it, and it makes a huge impact when you can move, up to 100 animals in a day's time or more.
Yeah.
That really opens up a lot of spaces, and as you know very well, Vanessa, those spaces can fill up super quickly.
I know.
And
Yeah.
so we were just really grateful to have that opportunities. I think when you're able to waive some fees also, I think it's a good incentive for people to say, oh, you know what, I've been thinking about adopting. Well, now that there is a fee waived, I think I'm going to go ahead. And so
Yeah.
it's really great. Again, the kittens and cats are fee waived through Sunday. Both locations have cats. At the Toomey location, it's 2700 Toomey Avenue. And then at the main location, which is 8315 Byram Drive.
Yeah.
And this weekend, we're open 9 to 5 at both locations. So if you can't make it until the weekend, make sure to get by there. We're going to fee waive until Sunday at closing.
Good to know. Oh, they're just so adorable too. And I would urge folks, once again, to find however way that you can help, as you kind of alluded to, Melissa, the fact that, if you can't adopt, maybe foster. If you can't foster, maybe donate. I know that y'all need some help with, milk replacement and bottles and stuff. So maybe donations can help towards that.
Absolutely. And financial donations are great because we can use that to get what we need. Or we do have an Amazon wish list that you can find on our website. And let me just shout out the new website. We have a new shortcut to get to our new website that's under the city. And it is Animal Care
CLT.
.org.
animalcareclt.org. Of course, as we've talked about before here, previously on Live Impact, we've reported on the fact that animal care is now its own department. So the police moniker is now gone. And so with that comes a lot of changes with the email addresses and the websites that we've seen. So.
Yes, we're finally getting there. We're getting there, and we're actually working on getting our signage at the front of the shelter updated in the next month or so.
That's
and then we've gotten some new vans with some of our new branding in. So it's slowly coming, but it's good. We're getting settled into being under general services with the city, and it's a good fit. We've been welcomed with open arms from them, and I think that they like the fact that now they have a good reason to come and hold meetings, and they can see some animals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anything you'd like to leave us with before we wrap things up?
I think that, as always, we can always use dog adoptions. As you know, the dog kennels, constantly stay full.
Yeah.
But we're definitely talking about cats this week. So just again, to remind everyone, we're waiving adoption fees now through Sunday because we've got lots and lots and lots of cute, cuddly, sweet kittens that are just ready for you to come and adopt them. So
Yeah.
please come see us.
Yeah, indeed. Once again, 8315 Byram Drive or 2700 Toomey Avenue. Those are the two locations for Charlotte-Mecklenburg Animal Care and Control. Melissa Nicely, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Impact, as always.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to